What's up with it, everybody? It's Kirbstreet, and I know what you're thinking. No, this is not the show. I'm just chiming in real quick because I got a couple of topics I wanted to talk about, and one of those topics being the Drake situation. And I want to talk about Drake and what has been bothering me for the past almost 2 weeks. If you don't know, Drake was caught with that whole blackface thing. I'm not going to talk about the whole Pusha T Drake beef. I think I'm gonna still reserve that for another time. Yes, it is bubbling down to a slow simmer. And when we get into mid-June, maybe July, this will all be in the past. This will be irrelevant because the way that the world is working is that time is moving so fast, especially in hip-hop, that this isn't even gonna matter to the young niggas anymore. Because we on young nigga time, and the age of the internet, everything moves so fast. Things are just so irrelevant so quick. The way that the kids are consuming music, the way that we get these viral videos, just everything that's going on in the world is just lightning fast, and we care less about it in a mere matter of days to hours because there's so much information flowing. It's overwhelming. But let's get on the topic of Drake. And the topic that I want to get on is that throughout this whole epidemic that happened with Pusha T actually dissing him and then getting into revealing a picture of Drake in blackface, which I was actually really shocked. I was absolutely shocked that he would actually reveal that type of information and have that type of dirt on Drake. It was unreal that I was there to actually witness something like that. And the thing is that I'm very disappointed that the people treated it so lightly because he's quote unquote a black man. We're gonna touch back on that. That's what I'm very upset about, is Drake being in blackface. And it's not it's not no fake outrage. I have, what I'm going to say, I can actually rationalize my anger and disgust that I have for Drake because of what he's did. Let's go back to, I want to go back to God's plan. I want to touch up on that. God's Plan, the song, was, yes, it's one of Drake's usual hits that he cooks up in the OVO lab. He gets all of his with DJ Academics. What does he say? He said he gets all his members of the OVO sweatshop. Shout out to DJ Academics for actually coining that term. Well, he didn't coin that term, but I did get that from him. He was the first one to say it. So he gathered and assembled the OVO sweatshop niggas to create him another masterpiece, which we now see as God's Plan. That was the audio. That's just one of his regular hits he was coming with, and there was nothing that nobody can do to stop that. God's Plan, the video, the visuals, is something interesting. And it actually touches up on the next thing that I want to talk about. So let's dissect this. God's Plan, the video, was a direct response to a man by the name of XXXtentacion. His challenge that he created, which was the hashtag Helping Hand Challenge. What is the helping hand challenge that you're asking of if you don't know? Well, the helping hand challenge was just a movement that he was trying to start on Twitter and Instagram that he was promoting about doing good things for people. You know, his whole thing with the challenge was, I mean, it might seem disingenuous, but I felt that it was genuine what he wanted the people to do. And what I mean it feels disingenuous is that how can you promote a helping hand challenge by recording people and you are recording yourself doing these quote unquote kind things. If you want to do kind things, it should just be automatic. You should just want to help the people do kind things, and you shouldn't have to be recorded or you recording people about the nice things that you do. But I guess it was just a requirement just to show other people that you should do kind and nice things for people. And I guess it was a way to connect with his followers and see if they were actually doing these nice things. So I think that what he was trying to start was genuine, but it seemed disingenuous to most people. Yeah. So with the helping hand challenge, that was something that X started up to connect with the people, right? Well, the thing is that X got into a little disagreement that turned to a whole debacle with Drizzy, and that was back in well, I don't know the year, but let's just say that was back. Maybe it have been 2016, maybe 2017, when he was doing his time in jail. When he got into that whole domestic violence case, and he was sitting in jail. But while he was sitting in jail, his song was on the rise, Look at Me. And what happened was, I'm just be real brief about it. Drizzy being Drizzy and the man and the caliber that he is, he needed another hit. He wanted another he wanted another he wanted another rap anthem. So he, being the man that he is, he took his cadence. And that's how you got that song. God, I can't even remember the song, but it was on More Life. What the hell? Yeah, so the whole situation started was when XXXtentacion was sitting in jail back in maybe 2016 for that domestic violence charge. And while he was sitting in jail, Drake being the guy that he is, he has a pattern, and it's clearly obvious to the people that Drake will take somebody's cadence, somebody's style on the song, and recreate it to make his own hit. So when Drake dropped his album More Life, he took XXXtentacion's cadence and created the song KMT. Now, what was upsetting to X was that he didn't get him to even be featured on the song. And he was very upset that a young man, in his perspective, he was a young man that okay, let me rewind that back. His perspective was that, okay, this nigga is gonna take my song while I'm in jail, and people think I'm done out here, and that I'm not gonna make it out, and so that's just the end for me. Like, this man, he actually shouted me out. We actually spoke on the phone. He was big up at me, talking about, hey, I like what you do. I like, I like how your artistry, and we should, talk sometime, you know. And after that, like, he felt that, Drake actually, reached out to him. Drake reached out to him and wanted to talk about music. And for him to just take his style and his cadence and not even feature him on that, he felt some type of way, because the way that everything unfolded was he just kind of took his sound while he was in jail. So of course X felt some type of way. Wasn't too happy about that, so he dissed him. He started dissing Drake. He started exposing him and talking about, how they had conversations, how he's a culture vulture, how he just, takes people's style and cadence and just run with it. But, nobody want to listen to that guy, because, he beats women, and, he's in jail for beating women, and, he's a monster. And so that's how that thing came up. Then he went on and he dissed his mama, and he said some wild things, and that's how he got into it with Offset and the Migos, and I mean that's another story, but they squashed that. And after they squashed it, what happened was they after they squashed it, he started, he started thriving in music. He started, dropping his CDs, and he's doing good. So he decides, okay, well, I'm trying to clean up my image, and I'm looking at some serious jail time. And what I can do is I can show people that I am actually doing better as a human being, because I'm choosing to do better. And yeah, it might be, trying to show the people in his favor, and is working towards his case for him to do nice things. I don't know the guy. I have an unbiased opinion about him. I'll just say this: I like his music. I like some of the things that he says. I look at a lot of the bullshit that he says to people to try to put his fans in a trance. Like, it's funny, I see him on Instagram. He's all like, do what you want to do, be who you want to be, you can do it, you just got to work hard. It's all about astral projection, and you are the master of your destiny. And I was like, oh, that's cool, you do this for the kids, but there's a lot of things that you say is just like, it's questionable. But I just like how he's has this positive thing going on. That's good. He's not being negative. He's not telling all these kids to pop Molly. He's not telling all these kids to drink a bunch of booze. He's not telling all these kids to just go into your grandma's medicine cabinet and just down a bunch of pills. He's telling the kids, hey, be the best you can be a better person, help people. I like it. More of these kids should say stuff like that, instead of having these kids run to the fucking lean bottle and pour up some medicine. I take the good with the bad. So I see for what it's worth what he's doing. So to speed everything up, what happened was he was doing his challenge. So Drake decides to drop a video, because Drake, he's the type of guy where he likes to sneak diss, and he likes to, be a part of big things to make himself look like a grand, great person. That's why he does all these features, and he says, oh yeah, well, I was just trying to, put the homie on. That's why he jumps on songs with 21 Savage, Dram, Lil Yachty. Like, I can name a list of people that he's jumped on features with. Block Boy. That's why he owns the charts, because these guys love Drake. They rush to do a feature. They get that Drake starter pack and get their career taken off of Drake's notoriety. So Drake wanted to be a part of the Helping Hand Challenge, right? And I think he got in contact with X, and he said, if you want to be a part of the Helping Hand Challenge, just guess I can't remember the full story, but it was like I guess he wanted them to hashtag the helping hand just to make sure you just know like, hey, I started this. You know you're part of my deal and what I'm doing, and you know we can do that. I guess Drake thought otherwise. He said, you know what? Instead of trying to be a part of this guy's movement, because I'm still a little salty that you told my mama that, you know, you had pictures, Photoshop pictures of my mama, and you know that you was in a bed eating tapioca pudding and all this bull. I'm just gonna take your idea and I'm just gonna create a video for my single, God's Plan, and I'm going to make I'm going to give all this money away. I'm going to say I gave $1,000,000 away, but really I only gave like $980,000 that I'm just going to give to random people, and then I'm going to shoot this God's Plan video, and I'm going to make myself look like a winner like I've been doing.